So, when was the last time that you felt truly rested? I'm not talking about taking a nap rested, but I'm like talking about when was the last time that you felt really restored, truly deeply restored, well rested. So, if you can think of a time when you really felt truly restored, this video is for you because I want to give you an exit strategy for burnout. I want to give you some tools and some strategies that you can implement beginning today. I'm not talking about next week, I'm not talking about next month, I'm not talking about when you have an abundance of money sometime in the by and by. I'm talking about things that you can start doing today in order to exit burnout and exhaustion. So if you just tired of being sick and tired, well, let's just take a moment to give the video a thumbs up. If you just tired of feeling sick and tired, let me know that you just tired, that I'm not the only one. Just go ahead and give the video a thumbs up right now before I get into the strategy. That way I know that you hear me and that you just tired of being sick and tired. And I'm finna give it to you. I'm not gonna hold you. Don't worry. I'm not gonna hold you. But you know that as black women, oftentimes we carry the weight of the world. Do you know that? We're oftentimes carrying the burden of not only ourselves, but our family, our children, the church, the government. We're carrying so much. And I want you to know that rest is an act of revolution, that rest is a sign of resistance. And that one thing that we can do for ourselves and for each other is we can hold each other up to rest. And that's what I'm here to do for you today. I want to hold you up, sis. I want to tell you that it's okay to rest. I don't want you to be burnt out. I don't want you to be exhausted. This video is to let you know that I see you and that I got you. So, burnout doesn't just come from working hard. And yes, I have some notes so I can stay on target. So you're going to see me looking here. But it doesn't just come from working hard. You may not be working hard. You may not be working over 40 hours a week. It can come from constantly showing up for everybody else but yourself. It can come from just feeling like you need to carry the weight of everybody else on your shoulders, that you need to be there, that you need to carry, that you need to contribute, that you need to show up, that you need to sacrifice, that you need to long suffer. I don't know about you, but I'm done long suffering. I have waved the white flag. I have checked out. I have turned in my cape. I am not going to long suffer anymore, and I don't want you to do that either. So I want to give you specifically the exit strategy, because burnout is not just mental. Burnout is physical. Burnout is emotional. It doesn't just affect us physically and mentally, affect our health, cause us to have elevated cortisol levels, weight gain, high blood pressure. You know how many people are out here dealing with heart attacks and strokes because they're overworked and overtired? I don't want that for you. I don't want that for me. I don't want that for my daughters. I don't want that for my sons. I don't want that for any of you. Chronic fatigue, depression, severe anxiety, a lot of that stuff is the result of just being overworked and overexhausted. Running on empty, running on fumes, can't hardly put a couple thoughts together because you got so much on your plate. Not having the time or the ability to connect with your loved ones. Not having the ability or the time to dream like you used to. You actually might think that you don't dream anymore. And it's not that you don't dream. You still dream, but you haven't had the time, the mental space, or the clarity to know what your dreams are, to revisit what your dreams. You haven't had the creative space to dream bigger dreams, to see beyond what you're seeing every day. I know that for me, that was where I was at when I was going through my season of burnout, which I didn't realize. I mean, I knew something was wrong, but I really didn't know that it was burnout because I didn't know the signs of burnout. You know, I experienced burnout back before there was an internet, before there was YouTube. And I knew something was wrong. I knew something was gravely wrong, but I didn't know it was burnout. And I started having symptoms with brain fog and just forgetting things and not being able to sleep and it was scary, to be honest. Um, but I did a video on burnout, and I will link it so that you can be more aware of the signs of burnout. And I will also link a video that I did on some of the real causes of burnout as a Black woman, because I think that one of the reasons why I didn't really recognize burnout in my own life was because the causes of my burnout as a Black woman weren't maybe all the same as other people. I mean, literally, I was carrying heavy loads. If you don't know me, and if this is your first time here, welcome. But I am Nicole, and I am a former overworked nurse. And here on this channel, I am helping Black women to create the life that we want to live rather than the one that has been assigned to us. I am passionate about health and wellness, nutrition, and travel. And here in this space, I like to help Black women to incorporate travel as a form of therapy into their lives. So I, as a former work nurse, I was working 2 or 3 jobs all the time, working 15, 16-hour days. And, now you would probably think, of course you were burnt out, but I didn't know. As far as I knew, I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. And when I wasn't at work, I was serving in other capacities. I was volunteering, I was contributing, and just doing the most. And one thing I didn't know how to do, one thing that I was never told to do, was to rest. I was never told that it's okay to rest, to take time out for yourself, that you don't have to be busy doing for everybody else every time you have a free moment, that you don't have to be getting all the extra overtime every time you have a day off. That doesn't mean that you're available to do something else. And because I was never told that, that's the reason why I want to make this video, because I want to tell you that. So let's get into this strategy. I don't want to hold you up. So this framework, this strategy that I have is just 5 steps. And step 1 is just to acknowledge the signs and to give yourself permission to feel tired. I think that I just really didn't give myself permission to feel tired. I really felt that for some reason it was just my job to be doing everything, right? That if I had the time, if I had the energy, if I had the availability, then I felt that for some reason it was my responsibility to say yes. But you know what? Being tired is normal. We're humans. We're not machines. And so first, just acknowledge the signs that you're tired and give yourself that permission. It's okay to rest. It's okay. Rest is productive. Rest is going to make you more productive. It's going to open your mind to be more creative. It's going to open your mind to dream. It's going to give you the ability to even produce more in the hours that you are working. And that's what research has shown, that if you take times of rest, that you're actually going to be more productive. So don't deny yourself opportunities of rest. Recognize it and give yourself permission to feel tired, and give yourself permission to rest. The second strategy that I have is to reclaim rest as a non-negotiable. I would encourage you to include rest as a part of your daily routine. Yes, scheduling it in, it's important. So scheduling out times of rest during your day, or days of rest during your week, or weeks of rest during your month. Scheduling times of rest are important, and it will help you to prevent burnout. And let me tell you, burnout is real. Number 3 is to delegate and to say no. I would encourage you to set boundaries in your work life, in your personal life, in your financial life, especially if you have to share finances with someone else. But also if you are not sharing finances with someone else, setting boundaries financially with yourself helps to preserve your energy. Automating your finances will help to preserve your mental energy. Not overspending helps to preserve your mental energy, let me tell you firsthand. One of the most exhausting things is financial stress, financial distress, let me tell you. So yes, setting boundaries financially, setting boundaries with loved ones, setting boundaries at work. Sometimes one of the most powerful words that you can say in your life, in your day, is no. So go ahead and practice that. Practice saying no and check in with yourself. Are you feeling guilty? Are you feeling shameful? Are you feeling as if you shouldn't have said no? Because if the answer is yes, if you're saying, yeah, I feel guilty, that means you need more practice. That means you need more practice, because it's okay to say no. No will preserve your life. And so getting to a point that you can say no without feeling shame or guilt, it's essential. So if you're feeling that way when you say no, it just means you need more practice. That means you need more exercise. You need to work that muscle out. You need to work them work. You need to work that out, and that's okay. We all got to start somewhere. But yeah, learn to say no, delegate, start asking people to do some things that they wouldn't normally do. You know what I mean? Expect help in the kitchen when you're cooking. Ask some people to do their own meals, right? Assign meals. Actually, let me link to one of my YouTube friends, Jace. I really love one of the things that she's incorporating in her family, where she was talking about how she is now having different family members cook a different meal on each day. And I thought that was fabulous and beautiful, and definitely an indication that she is setting some boundaries and she's allowing herself to have help, where she's not fully responsible for all of the cooking in her home. What a relief. Oh my gosh, what a relief. So Jace, I am so proud of you for that. And I think it's a beautiful thing. And I love to see you doing that. And I would love to see more women doing things like that. Getting help. It's imperative in order for us to be able to live our life and have joy and have rest and have peace. So the next thing that I have is to plan a wellness getaway. Just a solo staycation can be a wellness getaway. You don't really have to go anywhere. Although, girl, look, you can go somewhere. You can go somewhere. I like house sitting. If you need some time away and you need to do it on a budget, I strongly believe in house sitting. House sitting is a way that you can get away without having to pay for accommodations. I'll drop my link below because that's one of the things that I like to do. But even if you can't travel, or even if you're not going to travel, you can plan a solo staycation in your house. You can plan a weekend, do whatever, but and the next one that I have is to reconnect with joy. I think it's so important to find small ways to reconnect with joy in your everyday life. It is something that gives you boosts of energy. It gives you hope. It is a way that you're able to have gratitude in your daily life. And just through that, it helps to re-energize you and helps you to avoid burnout. So definitely find ways to reconnect with your joy. Allow yourself to play. Become an explorer. Think of the things that you used to do when you were a kid that brought you joy. And are there ways that you can incorporate that into your daily life? Give yourself permission to be childlike again and just to do the things that you enjoy. There's no rules. You can do it. So those are the 5 action steps that I have, or the strategies that I have. And so I want to give you some action steps for today that will help you to begin to exit exhaustion starting today. So number 1, write down 3 things that you're going to say no to this week. Write them down now. That way you know in your heart and your mind, you're already ready with your no. Practice saying no. Look in the mirror. Try a few scripts. No, that I really appreciate the opportunity, but no thank you. Oh, that sounds like an awesome opportunity, but I'm gonna decline. Thank you very much. No, whatever makes you comfortable, but go ahead and practice your no script. Write that down. Write down your no script of how you're gonna say no. Schedule your next wellness getaway. Even if it's just a day trip, or even if it's just that you're staying at home and you're gonna make yourself unavailable to do other things, a day of rest. Schedule that. And then finally, block out 30 minutes of daily intentional rest into your routine. So that is all that I have. And I would like for you to share with me today, what is one way that you plan to reclaim your rest this week? Drop that in the comments. Share with us. I want to cheer you on. I want to support you. And I want us as Black women to support each other in our plans to rest. So go ahead and drop that in the comments. What you're going to do this week in order to exit exhaustion, in order to exit burnout. Until next time, bye.